salary you pay yourself as an NP practice owner could be costing you thousands, and most owners don't even realize it. I have helped NP practice owners legally save thousands of dollars in taxes. And one of the most common mistakes I see is paying themselves. Today, I'll be sharing how to pay yourself a reasonable compensation, why it matters to the IRS, and how to strike the right balance between staying compliant and minimizing your tax bill. Let's dive in. How do you pay yourself as a nurse practitioner, practice owner? I'm glad you asked. That's one of the major pain points that I hear people talk about. How do I pay myself as a practice owner? Specifically, I want to talk about if you own an S corporation or S corp, because it's very important that you understand how to pay yourself as an NP practice owner that owns an S corp. The first thing you need to do is to determine a reasonable compensation. The IRS requires you as an owner of an S corporation to become an employee of the business and pay yourself a reasonable compensation. How do you do that? First, you must determine the source of the income. Are your employees going to make a majority of the income? Are you producing the income, or are the machines producing the income? That will determine your part of what you pay yourself. If you're doing all the work as a single shareholder or owner of the practice, then you will compensate yourself more than if you only did, say, 10 or 20% of the work and your team did 80 or 90% of the work. Because, again, you're sharing the workload with your team if you have others in your company working for you. You also must consider your training, your experience, the duties, the time and effort you put into the business every day, and also what other people in your industry pay themselves. So you have to basically compare your job to someone else's job. What you can do is you can look at people in your industry, the job description. You can go to places like Indeed or ZipRecruiter to find out what people are being paid in your role, in your industry, in your area. And they can give you like a ballpark figure where you can pay yourself as well. Now, you don't want to pay yourself too much, because then what if you're not withholding enough? And what if you get audited and the IRS may say that, well, you're paying yourself too much compared to what other people in your industry are paying themselves. So you want to make sure you strike the balance, the right balance of compensation for yourself. The second thing you need to be concerned about is profit distribution. So as an S corp, you can pay yourself as an employee. That means you get a W-2 and wages, and you can also have withholdings, taxes help from your wages. In addition to that, you can take what is called a distribution. So if you're making $100,000 in your business as an employee, and your business made $50,000, you can technically pay yourself up to $150,000, $100K in W-2 wages and $50K in profits. But you must be careful with the distribution, because it's going to be another topic I'm going to discuss in the next session. But you have to be careful, because what you are building in your business is called basis. Basis is basically what you put into the business, say money, for example, or if you have any property that you invest in the business, or if you put any loans in the business, you give the business a loan, that's part of the basis. Basically what you invested into the business to start it or to run the business. You also are able to build a basis by profit. So you put in $50,000 to start your business, and so you made $25K in revenue. So you technically have a basis of $75,000. $50,000 you put into the business, and $25K you earn through selling goods and services. You can take out up to $75,000 out of your business, and it'll be a return of capital. In other words, the money that you invested through earnings for the business, what you sold, and through your goods and services, and the money you put into the business or the capital you put into the business, you take all that out and not pay a penalty, which leads to my next section of tax implications. One of the things that I want to stress is important of is taxes. Again, you have a W-2 job as the owner of the business. You own it, but you also must see yourself as an employee of the business, because an S corporation is its own entity, meaning it has its own identity, it has its own EIN, which is the employer identification number. It's similar to a social security number, but it's for a business. and also has its own income tax return to file. When you file your business return for the S Corp, the money that you earn from the business will be reported on your personal tax return through the form Schedule K-1. The K-1 will be reported. It's reporting the income that you earn from the business. Your tax preparer will use that information from the K-1 and report that on your personal tax return, which is Form 1040. So you're basically being taxed on the income. The second thing is you will get taxed on the W-2 wages, the income from the business, which is reported on the Schedule K-1, and then you also can be taxed on the money you take out of your business as a distribution. Earlier I mentioned about having basis. Well, if you go back to our example, I said you got $75,000 of basis in the business, $50K you invested into the business, and you earn $25,000 by selling goods and services. If you take out $80,000, $75,000 of that money is return of capital, which is the money you put into the business and the money you earn through selling your goods and services. The $5,000 extra that you took out above the basis will become capital gains tax to you. So in other words, you're going to be taxed on that money because the IRS sees, even though it's your money, the IRS sees that money as an asset to you, the business that is. So you're able to take out all the bases in the business and have zero, but you take out more than basis, additional money is income to you. Be very, very careful when it comes to the basis in your business because you don't want to take out more because you're going to be taxed on that money on your W-2 wages, on the income from the business, and in additional distribution. So make sure you are mindful of your basis in your business. I hope this was helpful to you so you can learn how to pay yourself. In fact, if you want to continue to get value, I'll see you in the next video.